Hello everybody, it's Eleanor in Eleanor's Place. I'm getting going on the seeds and things. I hope you are too, getting all those things in and getting things started off. And I just thought I'd show you around some of the things I've started. We're last week of February now. To be honest, it's still a tad early, but it's time to get some things in. So I've chosen some stuff to put in and I'll bring you up to date. And then, I mean, if you live further down the country, then you can probably be putting far more things in because you'll be in a slightly more milder climate than we are up here. We have to take care. Still getting frosts right into April, May. So we take our time. But here we go. So I've got the onions in here. And they're doing all right. They've been in 2 weeks now. And as you can see, quite a lot of them are actually up, which is good. My son did those actually. So he's not brilliant on the watering, but we'll work on that. But they are coming up. So that's good. And then over here, we did a batch of broad beans. Now, there's one per pot here. There's no sign of them yet, but I think they'll be up in the next week if I can encourage him yet again to keep watering them for me. But I think we should be seeing some signs soon. And what you'll see is the surface of the soil will just crack and start to push upwards. And then if you just clear it away, you'll find there's a little green hook, and that's the stem coming up. So as I say, they went in last week, so it's still a bit early. They'll probably be up next week. Some of them might be pushing through in the next week or so. It's quite mild here at the minute. We're on about 9 degrees, 8 or 9 degrees, which is quite mild for the end of February. And over here, I've just been putting in some other things. So we've got far corner, there's French lavender. I've only just put these in. There's some chilies. Your chilies need to go in quite early because they've a long growing season. I'm trying melon this year. I've got 2 types of tomatoes. I've got a cherry tomato and I've got one called Tigerella, which has got like stripes on it. See what that's like. Got some thyme, a pot of cosmos, which is a staple every year for me. And I'm going to try some violas this year. And then when I was in, where was I? I think it was like Poundland. It was Poundland. I found these roses. Now I want them for the front of one of my allotment plots because I have a little border along the front of the border and along the front of the plot, and I just thought they'd be nice. So I've got 2 red ones. That's a red one, Mina, and that one's a red one there. And then that one over there is actually a pink one. Now what's that called now? That's called Tom Tom, that one. So they're going to go in when it gets a little bit milder, but I just thought I'll get those roots started because they were pretty dry in the pack. I'll get them started. Anyway, the growth looks to be quite nice, and they're not too drawn because I don't want them if they're drawn. They've taken too long. The thing is with a lot of these cheaper shops, they get all these lovely plants in, and if you know they're there, get them quickly because they're okay when they first come in, but they don't really look after them. They just leave them, and then a week or so later you go in, they're all dying, and it's just sad. I hate to see things just treated like that and left to die just for a bit of water, you know. So things are starting to grow. Look at that one there. It's even got a little shoot coming low down. So I'm rather pleased with those. So Mina are the red ones. This one here, and that one there is Mina, and that one there is a pink one called Tom Tom. So there you go. So, yeah, lots of plans going on. You can see outside the, can you see that there? The rhubarb's on its way up again over there. Cleared this bed with the help of my son. He's getting involved a bit this year, which is rather nice. So, he helped me clear this bed over here. I'll show you this bed here. He's helped me do all this. Still got some work to do. All the dead flower heads have got to come off these 2 hydrangeas. I've got to trim back all the lavenders, otherwise they'll go really woody. And I've got to reshape the box hedges, which I've got 2 of there. And if you remember, if you've been watching any of my other videos, this buddleia has to be cut right down to the base so it doesn't just turn into a big woody mess. And already, end of February, here's the first of the tulips. These are very early tulips. The others are just starting to poke through. There's a set over there you can see. Don't ask me what they were, can't remember. Can't even remember what colour they were. Oh yes, I think they were yellow with like a pink tinge on them, as I recall. So they're up. The daffies are up over there. There's all sorts starting to spring back into life. It just takes its time, you know. And there's still a lot to do. I mean, look, I'm showing you this bit because this bit's done. But let me just turn you around here. Look at this monstrous mess. I've got a bit of work to do here, haven't I? Everything can get weedy. I don't want to just show you the good stuff that I've worked on as much as I'd rather do that. Look at that border over there. I still haven't done any of that. Didn't get to that last year. It got too hot. Couldn't cope. Look at all this here. I think I've got 16 veg beds in my mother's garden alone. So I've got masses to do. Look at this mess of those fruit. Can you see those fruit bushes? Let me take you over and show you. Look at the state of this. Look at it. It's full of brambles and a mess. It really is just, it's an eyesore. But I got my son onto the, he's going to grow some peas this year. So I've given him this bed here and he's dug it over. He's done all the edges. He's a good lad. And I've given him this bed here and he's going to grow some salads. So I want to keep him interested. So I'll make sure none of the little weeds, there's a couple of little buttercups just popping up there. I must get those out. But you know, there's a lot of beds here, so I really do appreciate the help. But I want him to do it because he wants to do it, not because he feels he has to do it. So there you go. So some of the stuff's going in. From March onwards, yeah, it will gather a pace, and I will be doing quite a lot of seed sowing. So there you go. Thought I'd just catch you up with where we're at and what's happening. I mean, just before I go, look at these. Aren't they beautiful? The lupins. Now last year I had a bit of problem with them, with green fly, but I'll just have to keep up to them this year and not let that happen. So there you go. Anyway, so keep on going, keep on doing a bit at a time. That bush over there got a haircut this week. It's massive too, but it got done. So as I'm saying to you, just a bit at a time. You'll get ahead of it. Get started, because once the growing season starts, all the weeds start coming up as well. And you just feel like you're chasing your tail. So all the best to you. And work hard. And hopefully in the next week or so, I'll be able to show you some more things that have popped up. Bye for now. Bye-bye.